Hi Claire, thank you for seeing me today. I have a question because, well, why am I so allergic in Florida? My allergies never seem to take a break like they did up north. What's the difference? Why is it different here?
That's very typical of the patients that move down to Florida. One of the reasons is because the seasons are so long here. There's very rarely a break when things aren't in bloom. We maybe get a month in December or January, but for the most part, people are affected by some type of allergen down here.
So what can I do? How can I treat my allergies so that I have some relief?
The first line of action is to be tested to identify the triggers. So you would have some testing done, some formal allergy testing. We typically test for both foods and inhalants. Inhalants meaning all the things that you breathe in, all the molds and the pollens and the cat and dog, etc. Once we identify those triggers and how severe those allergies are, then we begin treatment.
So how long does treatment take?
Treatment usually takes between 3 and 5 years. You certainly feel relief way before then, usually between 3 and 6 months. But to be completely desensitized to these things, meaning that you won't have any kind of symptoms when you're exposed to these things, we usually need between 3 and 5 years.
So does that mean I'll be cured?
The goal is to desensitize you to these things. So sometimes people do have new allergies that occur, and so sometimes people will go through treatment and do very, very well. So other times new allergies come along, and so in that case we would retest, identify the new triggers, and then do another round of treatment if necessary. Most of the time people do their 3 to 5 years of therapy, and then they're good. They stop the therapy and then they're no longer allergic to these triggers.
So as far as treatment goes, I've heard that there's a couple of different kinds. There's shots and there's something sublingual
therapy.
drops.
Yes.
What's the difference and what's the best treatment?
Both of the treatments get you to the same goal. So really there's no difference as far as the outcome is concerned. The difference with the treatments for the shots, you do come to the clinic once a week in the beginning for an allergy, either 1, 2, or 3 allergy shots. One visit, you get those shots at one time. And each week we actually increase the dosage of those shots. And so by giving you regular controlled exposures to the allergies that have been identified, we basically retrain your immune system not to react. Usually between 6 months and a year of weekly shots in the clinic, and then you're at the full dosage, so then we can start stretching that therapy out. You become between 2 and 4 weeks at that point. And again, the total therapy is between 3 and 5 years. With sublingual therapy, you are able to do those at home. They're little drops, they're a solution made of the allergens that have been identified, and you put them underneath your tongue once a day at home. So they're extremely convenient. There's no clinic visits other than the doctor's visits, and as I say, you do them at home once a day. The deciding factor is the cost. The sublingual therapy is not covered by insurance, unfortunately, so that is an out-of-pocket expense. Usually the shots are subject to a copay or a deductible, but they are covered somewhat by insurance.
Okay, so are there any side effects that I need to be aware of?
With shots, the usual side effect is a little bit of localized itching where you actually get the shots. We administer the shots usually in the upper arm toward the back. Usually just a little lump and a little bit of itching at the site of the injection. This can be controlled by hydrocortisone cream or oral antihistamines. With the sublingual therapy, maybe a little bit of itching, a little bit of localized numbness. People describe it as like a little numb medicine feeling at the site where you administer those drops. If it occurs, it's very transient, and it does subside as the therapy goes along.
Okay, well, I think I'm ready for the testing and to proceed with treatment. How do I schedule that and how long does the testing take?
The testing takes about an hour and a quarter. You do know on the day of testing what we found. We do give you a sheet that tells you in general terms what we've identified. The first step is to see the doctor, of course, and establish that there's no underlying cause for any symptoms. And as long as the doctor approves, or as long as the doctor agrees that allergy testing is appropriate, it can be easily scheduled with the office.
Great, Claire. You've answered all of my questions. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you. Thank you.